Hello, everyone. I'm going to show you how to take advantage of some of the functionalities and how to make indexing a little bit more less tedious and a little bit more efficient so it's a little bit more enjoyable. So right now I'm indexing this. It's a directory, a lot of names going down, a lot of the same names. Now, if I'm going down all these names, my eyes are going to get lost. I'm not going to be able to keep track of where I'm at, especially if I'm looking over here where I'm typing things up and going back here. So, something that can help you out is at the bottom of the page, there's a ruler that you could click and drag to go up to help kind of keep your place, and you can click and drag it anywhere you want. And if you don't see this ruler, go to data entry, click on that, and there should be a check mark by where it says show ruler. So if I click on this, it's going to take that away. I can click on it again and I'll show it there. Now I could use my mouse to zoom in and to zoom out, and I could also click and drag this anywhere I want. So I could click right here, get it really nice and close so I could see everything very crystal clear. Go over here as well. Now over here on, I could use, instead of having to click on every single one of these with your mouse, um, what if you do a lot of clicks, it makes things tedious. It just takes a little extra time. Learning how to use your keyboard can help you save a lot of time, help things make a little bit less tedious. If you push the tab button, that will help you navigate it a lot really fast, and so you can see how fast I'm going down without having to click on things. Now, if you tab one or too many spaces, you can reverse that by simply pushing Shift and Tab at the same time. You could hold down that Shift and tab up, and tab to go down, Shift, tab back up, tab back down. So it makes it a little faster. Now, with these records, a lot of these things are going to be blank. For example, the prefix are almost always blanks. Half the time, the spouse information isn't on there, so that's going to be blank. So to make them appear blank, right here, if I push that, that will make the prefix there to blank. However, if you notice here, if I hold my cursor over that, it tells me that if I push Control B, if I do that, that will make it blank. And if you notice that once I make that blank, my mouse automatically drop down to the next one. So I could keep on doing that forever. If I do that forever, it starts making everything blank. You can see how fast I'm going with that. Let me back up here. However, something I like to do, and I'll go to a new record where I can show you this a little bit better, is before I start, I actually make the whole thing blank. And I can do that by pushing this. I'll make all the entries blank. And then I just fill in the entries that should not be blank. I find that a little bit easier. But to make it a little faster, you guessed it, I use the keyboard function. If I hover my mouse over that, if I push that Control button, the Shift button, and B, that will make the whole thing blank. So I'm going to do that right now. Control Shift B makes the whole thing blank. And then I can start typing in whatever I need to and using that Tab key to go down. Now, I go back to, I was on, I'm on the sixth name down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, Vern. So I'm on Kenneth right now. Now, a lot of these things are repeating. So this Dowling, they're repeating. And now this says down, but for my purposes, let's say that was still Dowling, and I wanted to carry that forward without having to take the time to type that in. Well, there's a function for that. Right here, I could push this to simply carry forward what would from the previous record. and I could keep on going and doing that. But you guessed it, I could also use the keyboard for that. On here, it shows me if I push Control D, it will copy forward what was on the previous record. But we can take that a step further, especially for these directories. A lot of it's the same. You could do everything the same as what was on the previous page. So if I do Control Shift D, it brings over even the first names, and it would even bring forth the wife's names. But that's and I can just simply change whatever it is uh, that I needed to do. So, for example, that's when I was doing these first four names, I was able just to copy forward everything and simply change those those first names, and sometimes there's the wife's names as well that I would have to change as well. But a lot of this stuff is going to be the same. So as I go through, I can go through this fairly quick. Um, uh, and so, for example, for this is Kenneth, and you can see me. I can tap through. Um, I in a way I like to do is put copy everything over, except this is downer. I put in the first name, and then this one has a spouse on it too, so I would put that on as well. Bertha. I could tab takes me over to the next one. If I put my Control Shift D, puts everything down again. So I'm on John now, so that's downer. I just change that first name, John A, but I make sure that I put in the wife's name as well. And you can see I'm going through this fairly quick. And if I wasn't trying to talk at the same time, I'd be going a lot quicker. Same thing, Control Shift D. Now I'm on down E though, so I have to change that, down E. And you guys kind of get the point. Other options that kind of help out a lot is this: if you go to this button right here where it says Tools, that will you can if it's needed, you can turn the text around. I like using this, inverting the image so it has a dark background. I find it easier on the eyes. This is sometimes helpful, changing the brightness or the contrast when you, especially if you have a faded older document, that helps that ink to jump out a little bit more so you can see a little bit better. Well, hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully it makes indexing a little less tedious, a little bit easier to do, a little bit more enjoyable.